Howdy, this is Robert and welcome to Dailey Woodworks, the Recreational Woodworker. Today I'm going to tell you about my installation driver, the Festool CXS lithium-ion cordless installation driver. I used to call this whole series 5-minute tool reviews, but I'm recording this again because I went like 15 minutes on that one, so I'm going to try to keep it shorter, but we're just calling this tool reviews until I think of a clever name. So if you can think of a clever name like Daily Tool Reviews, something like that, leave a comment below. Tell me what I should name my tool review channel. It could be Robert Rambles for 10 minutes. That works too. This is not going to be in demonstration, so if you're looking for an exhaustive, like how many screws can it drive in 15 minutes or in how many things before the battery dies, this isn't that review. I don't care about that kind of stuff. I use my tools how I use my tools. I use this as an installation driver. I do cabinets and fine furniture, installing hardware and hinges and latches and all that kind of stuff with my drill. So I don't care if it can't drive a 5-inch lag bolt into a pressure treated timber. That's not my purpose. What I care about is, does it work? Is it comfortable to use? Does the battery seem like it lasts as long as it should? And does it have enough power for how I use the tool? So if you want to see it in use, then I suggest you check out the other 100 or so videos I have on my channel, and you can see me using this guy extensively. Okay? So there you have it. When you look at this tool, you'll notice probably the biggest competitor with this is the Milwaukee. And there's a Bosch one. There's one other, but I've never seen it here in the States, so I think it's Metabo or something, but after my experience with my Metabo, was it Metabo? I don't know. Whatever Hitachi used to be, I had a horrible experience with some recent tools from them and returned them all. Okay, rant over. So let's get into this. So what is this guy? It's a Festool drill, right? Yes, exactly. This is an installation drill driver, so it has a little bit of special attachments for it. The first thing that you have is extremely light, fits in your hand very nicely, and it has interchangeable heads. That is your semi-standard driver bit holder. It comes with your standard Jacobs chuck, and it just it was doing this easier, performance anxiety. And that just pops on right there. And then you have a right angle driver to get into tight places. And then these guys can just clip on like that. So you can drill a hole, you can put on your bit holder, or if you need to get in a super tight spot, let me find one. Here's a bit. Or if you need to get in a super tight spot, you can just use the magnetic that magnet has in there. It's got a pretty strong magnet built into it, which is nice, to get into really, really tight places. So you can get into something really small with that guy. That's what, like 2.5 inches or something like that, and you can get in there. So that is the advantage of this tool. And like I said, Milwaukee makes one, Tabo makes one, Bosch makes one. I would probably guess they're all reasonably good quality. They're all about the same price. You get a few pluses and minuses with each one. So that's that. And overall, I think it does the job. Things I don't like about it. What I don't like about it is the light. Light on, light off. Light on, light off. I wish I had a delay on there. Most of the other tools I've used, mainly DeWalt and Rigid, and I think Milwaukee does it too, where the light, you pull the trigger, the light stays on for 10 or 20 seconds. That is awesome, because I don't like having to figure out where that sweet spot is in the trigger to turn on the light without turning on the tool. It's like real close to each other. It's like a quarter turn, quarter press, and then as soon as you go beyond that, it's spinning. And sometimes I just want to like pop the light on real quick and have it on so I can see what I'm doing before I drive my screw in. So that's one thing I would change on this. The second thing is if you look closely, it'll probably wash out, but you pull the trigger and then you see those 3 lights blink. That's your battery indicator. that's fine, except when you're wanting to check your battery. Oftentimes I find I point it at my face, blind myself, and then have to see like if the dots I'm seeing are just spots or if they're actually the battery indicator. The batteries themselves don't have any indicator on them. I mean, that's not a big deal. You put it in. Oh, it's spinning. It has charge. It's lithium ion. And then it has those 3 lights. One thing I will say is as the batteries do get low, you do see a noticeable drop off in power. Pretty much when I see that drop off in power, that's when I'm just putting it on the charger and swapping it out for another battery. I don't feel like the batteries last as long as I would hope they would. I mean, I do use this pretty extensively in the shop, and I do drive a lot of like pocket screws with it, and probably use it for a little bit heavier tasks than it was designed for. So let's be fair, right? Got to be fair to a small 10 volt tool versus your 18 volt impact driver, right? That can drive, 5-inch deck screws all day long. So being fair to that, okay. One thing I've noticed when I got it is I was trying to hold it like this with my grip right here. You can see my hand is all squished up right here, and it's got this guy right here. So do I hold it like that? The way I found to hold this, and same thing with the Milwaukee one that I tried in the store, it seems like you take your hand and you cradle it like that, point your finger in line with the bit, and then you just pull the trigger with your flipping people off finger. What I've noticed with that is that gives me a ton of control. It fits in my hand really well. I don't get tired holding it because I do have this in my hand, and I can still feather the drill just fine how I want it. And that's how I hold the drill. And I find, especially like when I'm driving screws and stuff, whenever I'm coming down, I'm in line with my weight. And so it doesn't pop out. If I was holding it here, then I would always be torquing that bit whenever I push down, right? Or I'd have to like pick up from the back and push down. With that, I can literally just put all my weight straight down and it's gonna drive it straight down. And I really like that concept. The Milwaukee that I've seen has the same kind of setup where hold it with 3 fingers, point with the other, and you have just as much control. It's not gonna slip out of your hand or anything like that. Doing it like that, my hand feels cramped. Doing it like this, my hand feels great. So I'm gonna do it how it feels good in the hand. And based on this little beaver tail that it has here, that's a pistol term, that's where it seems like it's designed to fit in your hand. And it's completely ambidextrous, like most drills are. Speed controls here, slow, fast. The chuck is extremely precise. So I know that for most applications of installing cabinet hardware into birch maple plywood, I want it on 6. I know that because it's the same every single time. I've noticed other drills, it's so finicky or there's no actual adjustment, but there is literally a noticeable adjustment, a slight but noticeable adjustment and consistent adjustment between 6 and 7. So this chuck is extremely precise, extremely accurate, and very, very nice. One thing I do like is the hook. It's got this big hook right here. You can easily pull out the hook, switch it to the other side for your convenience, and then the battery is kind of what holds it on. So that stays right there, and that's big enough just to clip into a belt loop or a pant pocket, and it stays there really good. So I find it's just nice to hook it on my pants, climb up a ladder, and then boom, it's right there, instead of having to lug my big drill or my big impacts with those tiny little hooks that don't really do anything. They're kind of just in the way, or a pain to unhook from stuff. But this is super fast, super convenient, super easy. It just drops on those hooks. I know you didn't see that, but it just drops right there and it's easy to use. It also has a magnetic tray right here that, I don't know, that seems a little bit gimmicky to me. It holds stuff, it holds bits, but it's not really that great or useful for everything. So I guess you're wondering, why in the world did I spend Festool money and it's not even in the sustainer? The sustainer's over here. This is a different sustainer. This is just the one that's the same size as the one it comes with. You'll notice that the sustainer takes up quite a bit less room in my drawer that I have in my modular cabinet. So why did I do away with it? Well, sustainers slow me down for most of my work. This is my hardware kit connector set for my domino. So all these little tiny pieces stay in here with a lid that locks and latches, that's fine. but I don't want to be spinning and opening a lid for every time I need a tool. Just pulling out a drawer, grabbing it, going. I actually set this up where it holds the drill just right for me to grab with my left hand. And where I go into jobs, this cart, this mobile shop cart, comes into houses with me. I've got good non-marring casters on there. I'll stop out in their driveway. I'll clean off the casters before I go in the house. And this just goes in the room with me. I build this cart out, and it's a pretty darn good work surface. I've got these dovetail clamps in there, but this isn't a review of my shop cart. My shop cart is awesome, by the way. But I didn't like how the sustainer held everything. There wasn't really room for much. Most of the time, the charger stays on a charging bank, or it's going to be in the trailer. I have all this extra room that, yeah, it's dead space, whatever, guys. But I can throw all my bits in here. I have a dedicated set of the DeWalt driver bits. I like these. They're cheap, they're inexpensive. And then I have a full set of impact driver bits, or just your 1/4 inch standard bits right here, so I can do anything I need to do, which brings me to the Achilles heel of the entire Festool thing that they make as a selling point, but really it's just a proprietary thing that's kind of a pain in the butt to deal with. So let's dive into that real quick. This is not a 1/4 inch bit. That is a 1/4 inch bit. These two are not compatible with each other. That is called Centrotec. It's basically Festool's proprietary bit design. That means you have to special order either specialty bits or a special bit holder like this guy to hold your bits. This guy works just fine. There's nothing horribly wrong with it. It locks in both style bits really well. I actually like it for these style bits because once it locks in there, your bit doesn't come out and stay stuck in your workpiece. The way Centrotec works, and a 1/4 inch will fit in this magnetic bit, is it locks in there and it drives. The selling point is it drives directly from the motor. Okay. This collar, which holds the bits, basically just fits over that and kind of just holds and locks this into place. So that the advantage that is, I guess it's a little bit nice of an advantage. You can really tell it on like a Craig bit or Craig screw driver bit, square head bit, and that locks in there just like any other 1/4 inch driver. It's quick, it's easy. There's nothing, no slow down there. But this holds this very, very stiff and very, very firm. And yeah, I know we're all laughing now. But that's the advantage. I do wish they'd come out with just a 1/4 inch driver with this. So other than that, I really do like it. Would I buy it again? I don't know. I really wanted to go with the Milwaukee, to be like 100% honest. I wanted to go with the Milwaukee, but I just didn't like how fat the M12 tools felt in my hand. Maybe I need to get over that, but I use my tools a lot. I use my tools every single day for hours at a time. My biggest thing is I want a tool that is comfortable in the hand, and obviously quality, durability, longevity, like all those things. I want to make sure I'm getting a good value for my money. But my big thing is like, how does it feel in the hand? And I don't care if this isn't the most powerful 12 volt tool or 10 volt tool on the market. Does it do the job? Yes. Does it feel good in my hand? Yes. Does the battery life last how long I want it to? I wish it lasted a little bit longer. Would I buy it again? I think so. I'm definitely not going to get rid of it. I'm curious how the new Festool impact driver does. Depending on how that is, I might do away with it, but then I would be losing the very handy quick change chucks where I can have a pilot hole drilling bit or a self-centering bit on this guy, my screw guy on that, and I can very quickly and easily be up top of a ladder and change out my heads instead of having to have 2 different drills. That's really nice. That's a really nice feature of that. And I'm not sure I'm willing to give that up. So that is my review of the Festool CXS lithium ion drill driver. If you want to buy this, go to texastoolcraft.com. My friend Kevin owns that company. You can order it from him, support small businesses. But yeah, that's my review. I know I went on longer than 5 minutes, but whatever. Thanks for watching. And in the comments below, tell me, would you buy the Milwaukee, the Festool, another brand, or if you own both different styles of these drills of different brands? I'd love to know what you think of it. So thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. Ring the bell, all that kind of stuff. If you disliked it, leave a comment, tell me why, because comments boost my search ranking. So even if you hated it, let me know. Bye.